What's going on, guys? Mr. Manatee HD here, and I'm bringing you another video of Survival Island. But as you can tell, probably because of the speed of the video, this isn't actually a live commentary. What happened was, I was recorded an hour's worth of gameplay footage of me walking around, fixing up the island, and making some changes to make it look more epic for us. And at the end of this hour record, probably a bit less than an hour, but at the end of this hour recording session, I looked down at my mic, took my mic off, took my headphones off, took everything off, looked down at my mic and saw the red light. Yep, I had my mic muted for the whole thing, which kind of sucks, guys, to be honest with you. I was a bit frustrated with myself, to say the least, because in every single one of my videos, before I start recording, I do a sound check, which the one time I forgot to do just happened to be the one time my mic was muted as well, which sucks. So this is actually, I think this is more difficult because I don't really do this. I think this is more difficult than doing a live commentary, because if you're doing a live commentary, things happen and you can fall back on commentating on what you're doing if you run out of things to say. But on this, yeah, you can't. Well, you can, but not really on Minecraft, because there's not really much to talk about. I could tell you what I was doing at this point. I was trying to decide whether I should have a wood block underneath the trees and keep them there and make them look taller, or whether I should just take them down, because I was debating whether I could be bothered chopping down a big tree, which turned out to be easier than it was. And for example, there I was deciding where my stairs were going to be, or if I was going to have stairs up and keep the middle bit or get rid of the middle bit. But yeah, so I tried to think of a topic or some topics to talk about throughout this 12-minute video, well 13 minutes really, but I couldn't really think of any. The only thing that was on my mind, because it happened to be that I'd watched Woody's gamer tag video and on Xbox One dropping the DRM, which I think is, I've got mixed feelings about it, to be honest. At first I was like, yay, they've dropped it, and then I thought, what will we actually be missing out on here, guys? Because I don't know how many people play PC games or have used Steam, or even aware of how Steam works. But how Steam works, just in case you don't know, is a game goes up there, and for the first, I don't know how long, because I don't use it that much myself. I don't play many other PC games other than Minecraft. But a game goes up there, and it stays up for so long, like I think maybe a month or something, or after the big rush for everyone to get it, after the peak of people buying it, and then the price drops. Or eventually they do sales on Steam where, for example, you can buy 10 games for a tenner, something like that. But okay, shops can't do this. Shops can't do this because it's the developers decide how much to charge for the game. And, well, no, they buy it. That's not what happens. Shops buy it off the developers for a set price, and then the shops can't sell it for any cheaper than that, otherwise they lose out or don't make enough profit, which is understandable, them doing it. But in my opinion, games, especially console games in general, there's not really much of a difference in price, I don't think. But we keep the market value for way too long. For example, if you buy an Xbox game for £40 and then a month later, maybe even 2 months later, it's still worth £40 in the shops. Well, no, probably longer than that, because depending on the game, even second-hand games are sometimes 35 to 30 quid. Which, when a game first comes out, if it's second-hand, Hermson charging a lot for it because they want to make as much money as possible, and they have to charge more they'll pay more for the game of the person more. Yeah, that's why I think the Steam system would be better. And also, I don't think many people do actually take their discs round to their friend's house to play a game. I mean, in the last year, I think I've lent one person a game, and besides that, apart from that, the only other time I took a disc round to my mate's house was when their game had broke, and they needed to install someone else's game onto the hard drive so they could play the game. And I don't think many people do take this around to their mate's house, like I was saying, anymore, above the age of, like, I don't know, 8, something like that. I could be wrong. Look, there could be many people doing it, but that's just my opinion on the matter. And also, yeah. Also, if you're buying it, I am very biased towards the Xbox, just because that's the one I play at the minute, and I did own a PlayStation 2, and that was my main one, but I also own an Xbox Original and an Xbox Crystal. The Xbox Crystal is exactly the same as the Xbox Original, I think. It just had the see-through shell, or more see-through shell, and yeah, I'm biased towards the Xbox because that's the one I play at the minute, and that's the one all my mates play, and that's the one I play on with my mates. So obviously I'm going to buy an Xbox One, because my mate's buying an Xbox One. Or most probably will buy an Xbox One. So I've also got a friend who plays PlayStation 3 actually, and he is buying PlayStation 4, but yeah. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think people, like, unless all their friends buy an Xbox, I think you should buy a console. Like, if you're not sure which one to get, I think you should decide by thinking about which one your friends are going to be playing. Because, yeah, you could make more friends online on the PlayStation, or if you own an Xbox, or if you own a PlayStation now, you could make more friends than Xbox, but it's not. I don't imagine that you'd have the same fun as you would with friends from, like, you know, from school or whatever, or know from college, or you just know personally, because you never really know who you're talking to. But yeah. So what I was saying before, if you buy an Xbox One now, I know it's £100 more expensive, and you can't buy it now. But if you were to buy an Xbox One, that extra £100 you're spending on this console, which is more than a console. It's an all-in-one entertainment system, which... Hold on, I guess that, guys. Sorry about this. Yeah, which is pretty awesome, or I think it's pretty awesome. Other people could disagree with me, or people could agree with me, but I think it's pretty awesome. And they've also dropped... Another thing that is they've also dropped the always online thing. So now it only has to be online to set the console up. I don't know what they're going to do with... Because I don't know if you're going to have to be online every time you play certain games. Obviously, you'd have to be online to play them online, but... So they've dropped it so you only have to be online to set the console up, like, to actually set it up, which is pretty awesome. I agree, that's actually quite a good feature. But, yeah. This all-in-one entertainment system as well. If you're a family, for example, a majority of families have an Xbox in the living room. And I don't know about now, but I know when I was living in Spain, but when I lived in Spain, the Sky boxes for Sky were actually worth £80. You had to pay money to get the Sky box. Which, if you're a parent and you have that extra £100, or you can afford to spend that extra £100 and you're not sure whether you should or not, in my opinion you should. Just simply because you're not just buying a console. Well, you're actually buying this console and a TV pretty much. You're not buying a TV, but you're buying something which provides TV service. Obviously you have to have internet for it, but I'm guessing if you're buying a console you've already got internet now, majority of people do. And they've also dropped it so where, I know for example they were limiting it so if you lived in Poland somewhere like that, you couldn't have the Xbox One when it was always online. But for example now you can, which I think is pretty awesome. Sorry about, I know you can hear a dog barking in the background, there's nothing really I can do about him. I don't know why he is barking, to be honest, probably just barking at nothing. But anyway, as I was saying, I will be buying an Xbox One. I'm just going to say that. That's my personal preference, and I know I'm kind of jumping on the bandwagon here because everybody's talking about it, which is another thing. I think Microsoft did this on purpose. I don't think they ever intended. I know it's bad press, but like with babies or young children, any attention is good attention for them. If they're not getting enough attention, then any attention is good attention. I'm not comparing Microsoft to babies. I'm just saying all this negative attention about the always being online and everything might have actually helped Xbox, because all these people that were talking about going to PlayStation, I mean, everybody's been talking about it. You can't deny it. I mean, I imagine there's more people have been talking about the Xbox One than there has been about the PS3 just because of this fact, because they were saying it's online. And it's a very strange market technique if it is, but I think that's what, or kind of think that's what it might be, why they've done it. Which, if it is, it's pretty smart. Pretty risky as well, but pretty smart. As you can see on the gameplay here, basically what I've just done is I've just gone around and I've leveled all the island completely. I have a bit of trouble with the skeleton here that spawned out in the water, but yeah. And then I've leveled it completely now, and I was looking for the skeleton here, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good marketing technique. And I was leveling the island out, and I was trying to decide how I was going to move the cows and where I was going to move the cows to, because I couldn't really decide. And then I decided that it didn't just look right having a flat island. I decided to put this wooden barrier around the edge, and will eventually put a wall around it. Or I do put a wall around it. You'll probably see that in tomorrow, the next episode. But a lot of people will probably be thinking I'm just copying Syndicate here. And Syndicate did give me the idea to do a Lonely Island, but I found this seed by myself on the internet. It's a pretty awesome seed, to be honest. I added the cows, I added the cactus in case I wanted Lime Green die for whatever reason. And yeah, we're coming to the end of the video actually. Yeah, there's like 13 seconds left to talk. So I'm just gonna sign out now. So see you in the next episode, guys, and goodbye, I suppose, even though there's 20 odd seconds, but I've said it. Yeah, I was putting this wood round and I put a wall around, and loads of people are saying I am copying Syndicate, which I just think this would look awesome, to be honest, on my build. So yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off now. So I'll talk to you in the next episode, guys. Goodbye. The next